Welcome back, folks. On Veterans Day, we want to honor all the brave men, women who have served our country, many of them returning home to the U.S. and then continuing to serve in our local communities. This morning, I'm joined with Laura Johnson, an Air National Guard veteran, so thank you for your service, whose military service then inspired her career in civilian life. Good morning, Laura, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, let's first talk about it. Why did you decide to serve?
Honestly, I wanted to go to college, and I was a first-generation college student in my family, and so it was a means for me to be able to financially afford to do that. My dad served, and one day he sat me down and he said, "You're too smart not to go to school, so how can we make this happen?" And that was a decision that we made.
You know, watching your dad serve, being a part, because we know families serve,
Yeah.
along with the family members who serve. So how did that really kind of align you into that life of military service?
Yeah, I mean, it was always service before self, right? And so my dad would deploy, and we would be home waiting for him. And I got to know the people that he, served with and deployed with, and they were like family to us. And that just sort of evolved into what I ended up doing with my life.
And it's such an extended family. During your time of service, what were some of the values? What did serving our military, our great nation, teach you as an individual person?
You know, it taught me discipline. I would love to say that it taught me time management, but there, people may question whether that was true or not in terms of, being on time for things. But, it taught me to put others' needs before myself, and to really be proud of where we come from and the country that we live in.
And then as you transition from service life to civilian life, how did you navigate? Because I know that's a tough time.
Yeah.
So much is decided for you. So much is regimented. So, you check boxes. So when you decided to transition into civilian life, what were the key things for you on a professional level?
Sure. So I did 22 years, so actually retired. So
Retired.
my transition was, hard after 22 years because you're used to the people that you serve with and the things that you do. But being a nurse, it's very similar to being in the military. Your time is regimented. Where you need to be and what you need to do is very spoken for in terms of patient schedules, just like how it is in the military. And even from a camaraderie perspective, you build these relationships in the military just like you do in nursing, because you experience these things that most people don't, right? And so you have these relationships that I would say the friendships and the relationships really helped me transition.
So you see a lot of parallels. I mean, as a mom of a nurse,
Yeah.
and now soon to be military family, because she's marrying into the military, I see a lot of those parallels too, because being a nurse is selfless, and that's what you did with your first 22 years. So draw some of those other parallels that you see from your nursing life and your service life.
Sure. So, with the military, you deploy pretty frequently. And so when you deploy, you're with the same set of people, for weeks or months at a time, maybe years at a time, depending on your branch. And you, again, back to the relationship piece, you develop these friendships and these kinships that are, lifetime. Same with nursing. You're in the trenches together, so to speak. And whether you're, in the surgical unit, in the ICU unit, on the floor, you're seeing things that are, life and death, and you're helping people and supporting families. And it's kind of what you do in the military too. It's all about, helping others.
On this Veterans Day, I'm really proud that we could highlight what you do for our nation and now what you do for our community. So, Laura, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right.